Good morning, everybody. It is, I can't see, was looking like a nice day outside earlier today, so take advantage of that, definitely, while you can. And we're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about today? Books. Do you know why? It's Children's Book Week, which is 1 week of the year. Actually, this year I think it's 2 weeks, because we'll do another one in November. It's 1 week of the year where we celebrate all of the great books that are out there for our younger readers, like all of you. So, I don't know what I'm doing up here. Can you tell? Okay. All right. So we're going to start with this here. For our Children's Book Week, we're going to talk about books. And we have, how many do we have up here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 books. And they're little books. We have 5 little books at the library. 5 little books, as great as can be, because they're books for you. Along comes Katie with her library card to take one home and read. And now how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 little books at the library. 4 little books, as great as can be. Along comes Lori with her library card to take one home and read. Now how many do we have? 1, 2, 3. 3 little books at the library. 3 little books, as great as can be. Along comes Aaron with his library card to take one home and read. Now how many are there? I can't watch the camera. I have to look at what I'm doing. 2. 2 little library books. 2. That's this many. Can you hold up 2? Very good. Okay. 2 little books at the library. 2 little books, as great as can be. Along comes Deanne with her library card to take one home and read. And now how many do we have left? How many? Just 1. Only 1 more. I wonder who's going to take that one home. Who do you think? 1 little book at the library. 1 little book, as great as can be. Along comes Susan with her library card to take one home and read. And now we have none left. And for those of you adults may have noticed this, but that was the names of our staff members here at the library, taking books home to read. Okay. And now I'm going to tell you, and because it's Children's Book Week, this is a great time to make a book of your own. You can write about it whatever you want. You can, even if you want to remember what's going on right now, so one day, 20 years from now, you can tell your kids about it and show your kids what you did while all this was going on. And it's really easy. All you need is some paper, because you can do this. Just cut some paper in half. I've got cardstock on here, but it wouldn't have to be. You can just use paper and staple it or fasten it along the edge somehow. And then you have a book, and it's blank book. And if you can't write yet, you can tell an adult the story and have them write it down, and then you can draw the picture. It doesn't have to be that big. You could even do it smaller, like this would be with construction paper, and here's just some blank paper for the inside. If you have lined notebook paper, you can use that. But really, that's all you need is some paper and some staples and something to draw a picture with, and you can make your very own book, tell whatever story you want to tell, and then you'll have that you can share someday, and you can remember it always, and it'll be a great little keepsake someday. Speaking of books that tell stories, I have a few books here. I'm not going to read them. I'm just going to tell you about them. Some books that are about books. Oh, it's amazing. Okay, and the first one we have here is called We Are in a Book by Mo Willems, and some of you may know Elephant and Piggy here. They have a book about being in a book, and it's really funny because it's Elephant and Piggy, right? And you know what they look like. There's someone looking at them. Someone is looking at them and they think it's a monster, and actually it's not a monster. It's a reader. And then which would be you if you check this book, if you check this book out to read at home. And you can find out what happens when they find out that there is a reader looking at them. All right, and here's another one. This one is called A Child of Books by Oliver Jeffers. And he is an author and an illustrator. He did some of the illustration work in here, and there was someone else who helped him with some of these print parts in here. But it just has some really good pictures that kind of show the magic of books and all of the adventures that you can go on by reading different books. So this is a book about books. Here, look at the books are trees. So that is another book about books, which is a good one for Children's Book Week. And then, you know how I said you can make your own book? Well, that's what this book is about. Inside this book are 3 books. What does that mean? That means here's one book inside the book. And here's another book inside the book. And here's a 3rd book inside the book. Because in this one, there's 3 siblings that they each get a blank book from their mom. And then they each write their own story, and each story is different. And they're all inside this book. So it's a book inside a book, and it's a book about books. And I might give you some ideas for writing your own book. So you can get these from our brand new curbside checkout service. If you want more information about that, you can call us, or you can contact us on Facebook or over email. You can find some way of finding out how you can check those books out and read them at home. And it's just a short video today. So thank you for sitting here with me, and I will see you next week.